ghosts, aliens, and other mysteries of the universe? Do you want to hear stories and opinions from people who have experienced the supernatural? Then tune in to Supernatural Limits, the podcast that explores the unknown and the unexplained. Every week, we explore encounters with the paranormal, the bizarre, and the unbelievable. Whether a skeptic or a believer, join us on this thrilling journey into the other side of reality.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Supernatural Limits. You're here with BenJeezy, Puni Moa, and guysosmooth. What up, gentlemen?
Everything good, Oos? Thank you for having me.
Better than I deserve.
I can take that. Well, gentlemen, today's topic is an interesting one, or should I say this moment's topic, to all the WEFOBZ Nation members, wherever you're listening, it will be day, night, evening, freaking afternoon, but we're going to make it happen. Before I do that, I want to get a little something out of the way, though. The usual disclaimer. Everything expressed here on this podcast is for entertainment and educational purposes only. The views expressed belong to the speakers themselves and do not represent the WeFob's Enterprise brand. And that's that. All right, fellas. So last time we talked about Bigfoot and the Loch Ness Monster. Okay. Before I go on, man, WeFobZ Nation, welcome in BenJeezy. He's been on the whyuce podcast, and now he's joining us here on Supernatural Limits. Gonna get his talk on, courtesy of Puni Moa. Thank you, BenJeezy, for coming on, bro.
It's a blessing, man. Appreciate it.
Welcome to the dark side.
The dark side. The supernatural
Yes,
side,
sir.
actually, right? Supernatural. We're going to the limit. We're gonna go there. But yeah, we did talk about last time Bigfoot and the Loch Ness Monster. We kind of looked at some videos there. That episode should be released before this one drops. We got another whyuce coming up. That should also be released before this one drops. whyuce episode 31, bro?
31.
Yeah, check those out. wefobz.io/podcast, or just go to the wefobz.io website. It's right there. It's all over our social media channels. Getting back to the topic at hand, we're going to talk about dreams, fellas. Dreams. You think dreams are supernatural? I want to open this up to the floor, to the boys. I want to see what your thoughts are on it, and let's take it from there. Who wants to take the first dibs at it?
I'll give the honors to BenJeezy.
Oh, man, I appreciate that. Yeah, man, I feel like it can be supernatural. It's kind of hard to differentiate, though. So sometimes you might have like a goofy dream that might be a sign from something, and you just take it. So
Right.
It depends on how you interpret them, right?
Okay. So I think what I think to get to it, like supernatural is things beyond natural, like things beyond what we see in the, man, if we're talking about dreams, I'm going to call it the waking world, right? When we're awake, what we see in our waking world, what we can touch, what we can see, what we can smell. And then when you go to the word supernatural, it's like beyond that. So with that definition of supernatural, are dreams supernatural? To you, in your own sense, what do you feel?
For me, I think it just depends. Because like I might have a dream about me just going to work. You know what I mean? But then I think within my culture, I know when a dream is supernatural. When I see somebody that I shouldn't be talking to.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like somebody you haven't seen in years. Like, why would you be thinking about somebody that you haven't seen in years? You know what I mean? That's when I know, like, oh, okay, something weird's going on.
Ooh, so I need to hear this because I actually had that kind of dream last night, bro. Like, tell me, what's the signs? What does it mean when you see someone you haven't seen in years, you haven't seen or talked to in years? What
Yeah,
what does it mean?
So for me, it happened like when my father passed away, man. I saw somebody I never even met before, but they knew who I was. It was like an old Tongan lady. Um, she like I was like sitting outside, and then no, I was sitting in my car outside of the cemetery, right, in my dream.
Okay, okay.
And then this old lady is like standing outside my window, just staring at me. I didn't feel scared or anything, but I got scared when she went right through the glass and grabbed my hand and started shaking my hand and speaking to me in Tongan.
In this dream of yours.
Yes, and then she was shaking my hand, telling me it's nice to meet me. And then when I woke up, I jumped out I jumped out the bed, got scared, and went and told my mom. I described the lady to her. And no, it's funny, man. I was speaking perfect Tongan for like 10, 20 minutes, man. Like I felt like my abilities was heightened.
When you
You know,
wait, when you were talking to your mom after you woke up, or in the
yeah.
dream?
When I woke up, after I woke up, because the lady she touched me.
And you went
You know
to
what I
talk
mean?
to your mom, and you were speaking complete Tongan.
Complete Tongan, bro. Like my Tongan is probably like
On point,
I would say
like
like
you
yeah,
spoke
I'm
it for
like
years.
for years, bro. Like I was speaking at like 99%, but in reality, I speak Tongan at like 72%, bro. Like I'm just
Oh,
keeping it
we
honest.
understand, bro. The ones who
Yeah,
don't have to have
you know what I
it.
mean?
But
Like,
that,
and it kind of it freaked my mom out a little bit. Like, if she was listening to me speak Tongan, like she was staring at me, like kind of scared. You know what I mean? Like,
and you were
so she
describing
started.
to her what was going on, right?
Yeah. So I described the lady, and my mom knew who it was.
I knew it. I
She,
knew that was what you were
yeah,
gonna say.
she knew who it was, man. She started telling me, "Oh, she just wanted to meet you because you're named after, your grandpa. She knew your grandpa. They were friends back in the day. I don't know what
An
kind of friends they were,
ancestor.
but yeah, something
You
like
got,
that.
yeah. So that happens in dreams, and I know it happens for a lot of the indigenous, us who are indigenous too. We get that. I think everybody, when you're that close to your roots, damn,
Yeah,
that is. You know what? Now, when you say that, supernatural, bro, supernatural.
exactly right. You put that in the supernatural category.
That's supernatural. Like she tapped into your freaking DNA and brought out your ancient blood for you to start speaking that way. That's what I believe.
Yeah, man. Exactly.
That's crazy. So how does that relate to yours, guy? Because you said you had a similar.
Okay, so I
Yeah.
had a similar, but the people in my dream, they're not dead though. So
They're still alive?
they're still alive, bro. Like,
Wow.
this is the thing though. I don't talk to them. I haven't talked to them since I left Samoa and stuff. Like, it's been 3 or 4 years. What, 2020? 3 years. This freaking pandemic makes it seem like little.
Yeah, it does.
So it's a girl and it's a woman I know, and another guy but out of the blue, I'd be dreaming about them. Like, why? Because they're never in my life, and I don't talk with. You understand? It's like people you don't even think about.
Yeah.
And I had a dream about them. It was just last night. It was
Insane.
just last night, and this dream was crazy. Like, we were. It was a dream mixed up with this video game that I play, right? So I play this video game called Overwatch, and we were in one of the settings from that video game, and I was going against the woman. Like, I was, I was literally fighting against her, and at the end, it ended up being like I befriended her, and we joined into this same team, like the same alliance. But like I said, why do I bring it up? I have never had this person in my mind forever. Like, you guys understand what I mean? Totally
Yeah.
not there. And then all of a sudden I start dreaming about these people out of nowhere. I wonder if it's a representation of something. It's kind of like it goes back to stuff. I read a lot of stupid research. Not stupid research, but I read a lot of research into things like dreams and stuff. And it says like your dreams are usually things you're thinking about, your subconscious telling you something, but it'll try to use images, like it'll try to use things you can relate to try to send you a message. Either something's happening to your body or you're worried about something somewhere. So I'm trying to figure out, Okay, to answer the question though, like that I asked you, I do believe dreams are supernatural. But I
Yeah.
also believe dreams are like they continue the reality of it, if that even makes sense. Yeah, they're supernatural. But let's
Oh yeah.
yeah, man. I'm the host. We'll get back to me. I want to hear from I heard from BenJeezy, man. I want to hear from Puni Moa, man. Puni Moa, I know you're not into this stuff, but do you dream, bro?
Yeah. Did I dream last night? I didn't have a dream last night. I remember shutting my eyes and waking up with nothing. But I've done a few research on it, because
Well, no. But hold the research. Before you talk about the research, we want to know from you personally, what's your personal opinion? Are dreams supernatural? Like just off of what I said.
just based off of what you're saying is no, but just based off of hearing you guys talk about your experience, obviously there is a connection. I'm not gonna rule it out. So it's like, to me, I don't know.
So personally, you haven't experienced stuff like this.
I haven't experienced it, but I'm also not gonna be naive and just say because I haven't experienced that it ain't true, So I'm gonna say yes, I guess. My answer is yes. I believe it's supernatural and it's also something regular that just happens because that's the way God created us, or whoever created us, for the non-believers.
You started coming to the supernatural limits type of talk.
Hey, just trying to be what is it, non-biased, you know what I'm saying? For those that believe and don't believe, man. But yeah. That's the answer, man. And besides that, does supernatural also fall under like superstition?
It's anything that's like I told you, bro. You know how we're awake right now and we can see, smell, touch, and taste it? Anything beyond that, like you cannot describe it. Science can't describe it. I'm calling it supernatural for now.
Okay. Because they're also like signs, right?
Well,
there's signs of the kind of dreams, right? Like if
so you did hear about signs within dreams
of meaning, like if you're falling, right? Many people believe that in the dream when they're falling, it's a significance of losing control of your life, and like you're not in control of it. Okay, it's often associated with feelings and insecurity or anxiety,
Well,
and then like
let me pitch this.
There's a lot.
What happens when so I get a lot of dreams like this, bro. Okay, just a disclaimer again, WEFOBZ Nation, we are not specialists in any of this. We're just scratching the itch on the curiosity of the subject. So don't come at us, please. And if you do come at us, comment. But Let me ask you this, Bruce. What if a person dreams of fly? I dream a lot about flying. I used to when I was, I used to a couple years ago. But I don't have those dreams anymore. But I used to dream a lot about I could fly. Like I literally knew how to make myself fly.
Well, some says that it's a symbol of freedom, success, and a desire to escape from a difficult situation. At least from books that I've read and came across.
You know what? I think the dreams pertain to that last part you said.
The escape of difficult situations.
If I was dreaming about flying, I think it was that last part.
Now, could it also be like that's why we also enjoy watching movies or reading books? It's to escape reality of life that we're facing.
Bruce, that's what movies do, bro. Like when you go study film, that's what they tell you. Movies are to help you escape reality. And let me tell you the connection between dreams and movies, bro. A lot of the movie makers, they build those movies off of their dreams.
Off of their dreams, yeah.
Isn't the same for music, right?
Same as music. That's life too.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Which is crazy, right? Because it's like tapping into another dimension to bring inspiration, to create something from that dimension and put it right here in the real world.
Or sometimes I feel like it's like a affirmation or confirmation for and I'm not even trying to be funny about it, but I remember in Samoa, I had a dream about a certain girl that I had a crush on, and in my dream, like we were dating or something, like it gave me a confirmation. So the very next day, I went and asked that girl out, and then she said yes. And mind you, I never gave her any signs that I had feelings for her. It's just out of the blue, man. I just went up to her and just randomly, just like, hey, you want to be my boyfriend? I mean, my girlfriend? And she said yes. And then we were on from there. And that's off of from a dream, you know? So what is that? Because for me, I took that as an affirmation or a confirmation and even confidence. So like, oh man, this
Like your
gotta be real.
confidence speaking through you like that. Because
Yeah.
I've done that many times too, like many times. And every time, like you, Puni, like it was a yes. It was a yes every time.
Yeah. It's not even
Every
just
time.
relationship. It could be like even a job or just dealing with your own, like whatever in life. Like I remember just even consulting or just confronting my loved ones. You know what I'm saying? Like if I was offended or hurt, or even my peers at work, like something bothered me, and then I dream about it, then it kind of gave me the answers to what to do, and then I act upon it. I don't know if you guys ever felt that too with that. It's just random stuff like that when we're talking about dreams.
So Puni,
Go ahead,
do you
BenJeezy.
lean more towards the explanation of dreams? Like for me and Guy, it's supernatural, but for you, it's like if I see a spider, I'm thinking of a million type of things. But I seen the books where they say if you see a spider, you want to say something off your chest. Like, do you just see it that way?
Like
Not
signs.
You like signs and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, I think spider is not a good analogy for me, but yes, of what you're saying. Yeah, I think it's more signs of affirmation. Yeah,
Okay.
when it comes to my dreams, yes. And then there's some that when I'm dreaming it, I also deny those because I don't want that to happen. So when I wake up, I mean, there's been time like with my wife, right? We've been married for over a decade and plus, right? And there's been time that I had this dream where she cheated on me. So I wake up, my feelings are hurt as hell. Like it really happened. But I didn't act upon it. I mean, I will avoid her. She'll be like, what's wrong? I'm like, I had a dream that you cheated on me.
She's like,
And that shit hurt.
She's like, can I get a coffee? You're like, no.
You just explained what a lot of women go through and why you just gave the answer to guys when they have their girlfriends wake up and wanting to chase them out of the room and what happened?
It happens to my wife too. Yeah, she wakes up and she was like sad. Yeah. She wakes up and I'm like, what's wrong? She's like, oh, you cheated on me. I'm like, are you stupid? With who? And then she'll name somebody. It can also be like my ex-girlfriend or somebody that we both know of. And I'm like, how is that?
Yeah, well, let me ask you this. Is it like an anxiousness? Is it subconsciously like your mind or your body was trying to tell you that something happened, or was it just
that's the mystery of it? I don't know. Like I said, there are times when a dream happens and I'll be in denial. And there's sometimes where the dream is like something that I like, and I will feel like that's the affirmation, like it's a confirmation. So it's one of them things, bro.
You guys ever heard like there's these other signs, because Puni Moa was talking signs. Like if you dream of a wedding, that means someone in the family is gonna pass away or is close to passing away. And if you dream of a funeral, that means someone in the family is gonna have a
wedding.
A wedding.
Yeah.
You guys ever heard those?
You ever heard of I heard of that, and what's the other poly one is if you dream of something like Kito and stuff, bro.
What?
You know what I mean? Like
one. I never heard this one.
Like I heard, like I used to hear these old people talk about it. Like if you're like, I heard, all right. So at church, I heard these two old ladies talking about it. They said that they were dreaming. Well, one lady was telling the other one she was dreaming that they were playing with it like snow fight.
Playing
like with throwing it. Yeah, like they was throwing it at each other.
Okay.
And then well, they said that symbolized death.
What the hell?
Like somebody was gonna die. But then I have some Filipino friends who symbolize that means money. So it's like
different for each.
Yeah, it's different for each culture, man.
Man, the only thing I heard about shit is like when you step on dog shit, you might have good luck.
Man,
and this is not in a dream. This is like in real life or something.
Me personally, I got a phobia, man. I can't walk on grass barefoot. I'm probably the only Polynesian like that in the world.
Yeah, you think because there's shit on the grass?
Yeah, man. Like my toes always point upwards when I'm walking on grass, so I can't be
Uh,
barefoot,
I
man.
don't
I'm
think you're
just
alone. I think I've heard of some others that are like that. I've heard of
yeah,
others
man.
like that.
Ugh, freaks me out now thinking about it, bro.
Well, you can walk on grass as long as you got shoes, right?
Yeah, yeah. As
But
long as I got
within
shoes
your
on.
shoes, your toes are pointing upward when you walk on grass, or is that what you mean?
Sometimes it be like that too. Yeah, like if I
Are you the
smell,
type? You don't even wear flip flops? You just wear sports shoes?
yeah, man. I was blessed. I didn't have Samoan feet growing up, man. All my shoes fit nicely.
Oh, so you're like a size normal size 7.5, 8,
Damn,
8 or 9 in men.
no, I'm a size 12.
Man,
But my feet aren't wide though. I don't have wide feet though.
He
That's the only
said,
difference.
"Guy, this guy said he ain't got a Polynesian feet, and he's a size 12. Man, shut the hell up, Moose.
My, but I ain't flat footed though. Oops, that's the thing. My
Bro,
my shoes don't.
regular size feet are like 9, Zeus. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
no, no. Regular size feet means are the size of your feet don't go over your shoes. Look at our big Usos out there, bro.
Look,
Look at they shoes.
the size of your feet match the size of your body. Oh my gosh, this is
You know
what
what I'm
we're talking
saying?
about.
It be leaning over
We
like some
went
ooze.
there.
hey,
We
you know what?
foundation.
So
We took it to
you
supernatural limits with your feet.
have you dreamed about feet, BenJeezy?
Oh,
Oh,
jeez.
sheesh. Go ahead, Will us back in, got so smooth, man.
Oh
Good.
man. Well, but honestly though, those are like I think within those contexts, like the context that BenJeezy brought up, ancestors coming back to talk to you, that's really cool. I've had one of those dreams before. Um Puni, you've never had a dream where you had an ancestor come and talk to you? Someone who passed on?
I told you that happened when my grandparents passed away, but they didn't talk to me. They were just like, I just remember seeing my grandma from a glimpse, and she just looked back and just smiling
Nope, you were
that it
visiting.
was
You
okay,
had the dream, bro. So
that it was
everybody
all
has the dream.
okay. You know,
Yeah.
and even my grandfather, like he used to always stay up late, like them OGs. I just remember them days,
Yeah,
like they would be up late at night just chilling, and I'm like, Grandpa or Grandma, you okay? They're just smiling. Yeah, yeah, we're okay. It's kind of like they're waiting for they know their time is coming. You know,
yeah,
they're just like, yeah, peace. Yeah, man.
So now in that sense, I believe the dreams are supernatural. You guys know what I mean? Because it connects us to the other side. Supernatural can also deal with the other side. People I know I believe in another side. There's other people who believe in the other side. Do you all believe in the other side? When I say the other side, like life after death.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
And then there's those who don't. I believe like the dream connects us to those different places. And the dreams answer like different questions for us in certain sense. Puni Moa brought up a good thing about dreams, like the anxiousness we get. Like there's questions we don't ask in real life, but the dreams hit us with it when we're sleeping, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, and there's this thing right here. I just Bing dreams, our dream supernatural, and it's saying like this thing called Science Alert. I don't even know if it's a legit sciencealert.com says this was posted on the back in August 2020. Massive study of 24,000 dreams suggests they really are continuations of reality. They're saying the dream reality, the stuff in the dream is reality too. That's
Like an
crazy, right?
alternate reality.
Yep, that's what they're saying. So, they question reality. What is reality? When people say reality is you can see it, smell it, taste it, like I've been saying earlier in this podcast, right? Then
Mm-hmm.
they say you can do the same thing in dreams.
Yeah, man.
You
Because I
can
seen it
see
and
it,
tasted it,
smell
but
it,
it was
taste it, feel it. So they said that's another reality. What if, and it even begs the question, like, right, what if when we pass away, we're in a continuous other dream, like that dream enters us into the next world. I mean, right? Like,
But as us, though, or you think we're
no,
reborn?
but I think so. There's a stupid thing I came up with, man. What if it's not saying that it's the cause of it, but I have personal experience with people who have dementia or who, start forgetting who they are.
Yeah. What about them?
This is not to say that I am proposing this is what it is. I'm just saying, what if? What if it was that way, like to make you forget your old soul and then get you ready for the new rebirth?
So, like how the Hindus believe, you know how they be reborn into a different body,
But I'm saying within our own minds, like
but not our
some
own physical body, like not myself. Like it'll
no,
be
because
I'll be
them they also
transformed.
say that you can carry your own thoughts, like your memories, right?
Yeah, your memories. I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know about your memories and thoughts. I just understand that they will be reincarnation.
Yeah.
They believe in that, you know. But
What if
I don't
dreams
know.
are a way to reset that so that you don't go crazy from that rebirth and stuff? I'm just throwing out a lot of what if questions, man.
But then doesn't that means we're still babies? If you think about it, like one lifetime is not enough compared to somebody who's been dead since the Renaissance time. You know what I'm saying? Like they carry on all those memories and being
Well, that's why they
reincarnated
say
that
like
many
they
times.
they they forget it so you don't go crazy from all those memories.
Yeah.
That's why they said it. And then they're saying that there's ways to unlock the memory, because I guess there was a study that studied DNA, your
Hmm.
DNA. There's knowledge. They say there's memories locked in your DNA, like from your ancestors. Like, how is it that babies know how to suckle, like suck on to get milk when they were
Hmm.
just born? You know, how is it that like baby horses know to run right after they pop out?
Yeah.
That's just that's unexplained. That's it's like us. How like you said, how do we know to like suck a nipple or start learning how to crawl
Start
eventually?
breathing and
Or
crawling.
even start
Right?
breathing. The simple fact of breathing.
Yeah. Like how did the first mother know that to put her baby there? You know what I'm saying? Like
I think dreams have a lot to do with that. Like the dreams are like computer memory banks or stuff like that, where you plug in and upload all the information and download all of the information, and when you get plugged out, you're like out.
Or like if you don't save data, you lose memory.
Well, they did do a study. What happens when you don't sleep for? I think
yeah.
I think Russia did it's some freaky stuff. I don't know if
I seen that. I
where
seen that. Yeah.
they Russia literally tortured these men to not sleep forever, and they started turning into like goblins and stuff.
The
Like,
Russian sleep experiment.
and they started like acting like um rabid animals, even beyond rabid animals, tearing their eyelids from whatever. It was crazy. You guys should look it up.
Yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about.
And they say that's why we need dreaming, is to reset the brain and the memories. But then now, these guys are saying the dreams are a different reality. And then what is that reality? We just talked about it right here on Supernatural Limits.
Guy, you think the government already knows about that?
You already know, bro.
Because
The
like
government. Well,
you
let me
see, you
tell
look
you.
at
I know where you're going. Before you
yeah,
describe, let me tell you what I think about the government, bro. The government knows everything about ESP. They know about the supernatural stuff that goes on. They even probably have a secret branch that works with it, that deals with it. If the Nazis did it, I'm pretty sure the U.S. government did, because the Nazis were into that stuff back in World War
mm,
II, Hitler's
yeah,
time,
they were.
and then
They did a lot of experiments.
even other conquering nations were into that stuff. The Romans. How do you think the Romans got a hold of the whole Christianity and stuff?
Mm,
They got a hold of Christianity because they dominated the whole world. They were the dominator at the time.
Yeah, but at the time it was said that they're the ones who put the son who started Christianity on the cross.
You talking about Jesus Christ?
Yeah. Jesus Christ wasn't a Christian, y'all. just to give you guys, yeah, and that should rack some people's minds there.
Yeah. Here comes the hate mail towards the guy so smooth.
He wasn't Christian. Showed proof he was.
So are you an atheist, guy so smooth?
What are you talking about? I never said I was an atheist. Where did that come from?
I'm just asking the question.
Well, tell me, how do you think Jesus Christ was a Christian?
What do you mean? The name Jesus Christ did
he call himself a Christian? Did he say Christian in the Bible?
Are you saying no? We are. Of course, he's not a Christian. We're the followers. We're the one that believes in him. He is Jesus.
Christianity was created way after he passed.
Exactly. It started from the descendant of Paul.
He wasn't a Christian.
He's the son of God. Okay, I'll give you that. I mean, I don't know
what the Hebrews at the time believed in.
I don't know.
How did we get there? What I'm
trying to
say is
what I'm saying is I don't want to talk about religion because I don't know much.
Well, no, I was matching to because remember we're talking about all these secrets, right? Supernatural.
Yeah.
Every conquering nation that conquers the world, they know about it. There ain't no way they didn't know about it.
You talking about the dreams?
I talked about the Romans and Jesus, right? How did the Romans get a hold of Christianity? How did they start Christianity?
It doesn't matter because even like the Israels, they were dominated from other cultures too, another country.
They weaponized it. The Romans weaponized Christianity.
They were conquerors. They took it over.
Yeah. The Romans they conquered at that time. They were who we are right now, America. That's what Roman was. That's how I look at it.
Knows about it because BenJeezy was asking. So do you think America knows about the dreams and stuff? They know about what's that thingy? Remote viewing. You guys ever heard of that?
I believe that America knows about a lot of stuff, and that's what separates our country from a lot of other countries is that we don't advertise what we know. You never see, like I mentioned before on the WEFOBZ, you never will see America advertise our military force, our strength, but you see other countries like China and Russia do that. Same with like their, just every other country always like demonstrates their power that they have, but you never see America do that.
There's a reason.
There's a reason.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And just like us, like we're so happy to just let the world see that we look like idiots. Nah, we're not idiots. It's that we have the freedom of speech. So everybody can just say what they want to say, do what they want to do as Americans because we have that freedom. No other country.
Freedom of speech.
We do. We do. I mean, there are those that, that's where the argument.
Who are censoring a lot of people right now. So
there are those that are trying to censor, but you have like a lot of social media platforms like ours and everybody else and entrepreneurs. There's a mix. There is a mix, right? There are mixed people in our country that are being enslaved and those that are also not blinded by it. That's why I say we are not. It's to each its own. I'll just leave it at that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, man.
Yeah,
Back to the question, BenJeezy. Does that answer your question?
Well, because I had a theory on that, right? Like I have a lot of veteran friends. I don't want to say their name because a lot of them,
bro. Keep them anonymous. Yeah. But what happened?
Because a lot of them are still, they're still enlisted. But I had a lot of them tell me some supernatural things that happened overseas.
Yeah.
So like they would tell me things like they seen lights or whatever and stuff like that. And then he told me when they got back to the fob the next day, there was a bunch of suits walking around.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Black suits.
So, oh yeah, and he said they all look the same.
Man, he said black, all these, bro.
And he said, why are these guys wearing suits in Afghanistan? You know what I'm saying? Like,
you all know those type of suits is where they came up with the Men in Black.
That's crazy, yo. That's crazy. Right?
You guys know about the urban legend, Men in Black?
Yes. There's a lot of urban legend in America and everywhere else. But yeah, man, that's crazy, man.
They know about it.
But my point where I'm getting at is that because you were talking about how the dreams and the whole memory bank thing, right? Where it's almost like we got to deposit those memories. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like, so when you look at the movie Avatar and stuff like that, with the whole, because they connect, everything's connected, right? When they connect to the tree
Yeah.
of life or whatever. Hollywood has always showed us a little bit. All right, people, get your tinfoil hats on. BenJeezy's about to deep dive right now. So, if you notice through Hollywood, man, they have always showed us a little bit of something that was gonna either freak out the public, but they always show us a little bit of something to ease us into it. You go back into old Hollywood, they were showing white actors as in brown face, right? And then we started congregating more with the Native American. Then they started showing the actors in blackface. We started having more African Americans roaming around. You know, everything started to become more free. And I'm noticing in Hollywood they're doing a lot of things with aliens and stuff, man. Like we got the Space Force now. I wonder if they're trying to ease the public into it, to when we finally do make first contact or something supernatural of that type of thing. You know what I mean? Like where the public's not going to be too freaked out. Because if we guys seen that sighting in Las Vegas, nobody was really freaked out about it. They were just kind of like, "Oh, damn, did you guys see those lights in the sky?" You know, sometimes I feel like they try to ease us into things.
Well, let
So
me
the
help
public
you a
won't really
little,
freak
That's a
bro.
out.
good. That's a good point that you're coming from.
So I can see why people would feel that way. I just feel like after being on the inside of the industry and see how it is,
Yeah,
because Hollywood, everybody talks about Hollywood as one entity, but they forget that Hollywood is remember how we're talking about dreams? It's built on the backs of artists, creators who create stuff based off of what they're either dreaming or what they saw. And they ask the questions, what if I did something? What if I do a movie where I could talk about entities from out of the world, right? Because it goes the same. I always whenever people bring up Hollywood, then I bring up music. How are those
yeah.
different songs created? How was Mozart able to create that freaking masterpieces he put out, right? Where did he get the inspiration? Because if you look at that, then people can say, man, he tapped into the devil's area, the devil's dimension, and got that stuff. Inspired by the devil. I think that's why if you look at Hollywood as not as Hollywood, but Hollywood is a bunch of people who created stuff based off of their dreams and created stuff based off of answering, what if I did something like this that people never saw before? Then it kind of changes your perspective. Because you think about it, there was levels to it. Like you were saying, brown face, blackface. Now all of that right now is a big hot topic issue with racism and stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like where they easing people into it. I believe that those guys who did those, whether or not it was good or bad, they were trying to push the limits of what people saw. You get it?
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
They're trying to push the limit because they wanted to do what nobody else did. I think that's what that Hollywood entity stands for. They want to do what nobody else does, and they're going to ask some stupid shit to do it. We think it's stupid. We think it's crazy. It's wild. I mean, look at it. That's also why a lot of people probably are numb to when they see killings and stuff. Because they put out
That's
a
what I'm
lot of
saying.
movies with
Because there's a lot of
killing and
supernatural stuff now too. Are you think they're trying to numb us to that? Like, is there some reality to the supernatural things that's happening in the world?
Well, let me tell you, I don't think they had an agenda to do that. There might have been an agenda for some, because don't get me wrong, when people there's a thing called propaganda, where you use media to get people to get ready for whatever you want to brainwash them. There's been reality where people get brainwashed from TV stuff, and they used it as a weapon.
Absolutely.
When you find where they use it as a weapon, yeah, of course. But when it's talking about aliens and stuff, they've been doing it since when Hollywood was before Hollywood. You get it?
Yeah.
I don't think
but
they
can we agree
intended
that
it.
There's a pattern? Can we agree there's a pattern though?
There's a pattern, but I don't think it was intended to be that way.
Got you.
Do you get where I'm coming from? When it first started, it wasn't, they were just trying to push the limits, which I still think they do push the limits right now. But the pushing of the limits, these other people are now corporate, bigger powers, bigger money. They're able to now take it and say, okay, if we push more of this, we're going to get paid more of this. So let's push this message out. get it ready for maybe some people. I always believe that at the end of the day, it's always money involved, whether they're pushing for aliens or whether they're pushing for supernatural ghosts or something. It's always money at the end of the day involved. In that sense, yeah, there's a pattern. When you think about money is involved, yeah, there's a pattern.
Yeah, of course, man. Because like, think about 20, 25 years ago. How many McDonald's commercials was airing in Samoa around that time? Right, you know what I'm saying? And now McDonald's in Samoa is like a normal thing. You know what I mean?
Oh man, speaking of Samoa, they took down one of the McDonald's in Samoa, man. I was looking because they used to have two. Now they only have one again.
Oh, that's crazy.
Money, bro.
It was huge out there. Yeah.
And I think that's what drives everything right now. The patterns you talk about, it's money. You know, pushing out, like trying to get everybody ready for aliens. Somebody's got the bag. Somebody's got the bag when the alien news pops. That's kind of why we created WEFOBZ, because we want to make sure we got the bag too. When we hold it a good bag when it starts. I mean,
what do you guys want us to say? Government, let us know.
I know, right? Like, but I think also, dude, it's the normal person trying to push back to why that information is coming up. I mean, it wasn't the government that brought up the aliens. It was the normal people that forced the government to put it into a hearing, right? Like they said, true, right? Because if you think about it, hey man, put this into a hearing. And I was telling Puni about all these videos I'm seeing on YouTube of the supernatural, like ghost hauntings and all these crazy things, like cryptids, like Bigfoot, Loch Ness Monster. It's starting more and more. We're starting to see clearer videos, not like these blurry things. We're seeing clear videos. Man, if only you were on that other episode, because I was showing Puni the Loch Ness Monster. This lady took a video that we were looking at. What the hell is that?
Yeah.
And then this Bigfoot, it was blurry, but it showed this big, hairy looking thing throwing like a tree 400 yards and stuff. Like,
I know that guy. His name is Kyunga. He lives in my neighborhood, man.
But bros, that's why we got up on this supernatural limits, because we want to scratch those itches in our back of our minds, the questions that we want to ask all the time. Like, is it real? Is it really happening? Man, that's all I got for friggin' dreams. You guys, anything else? Puni Moa and BenJeezy, you want to add?
No, you just got me curious about the Jews.
Yeah, because well, the reason why I say so, Jesus. Okay, let's go back because we started. Jesus he wasn't a Christian. It was because of him they created Christianity. But
no, it has nothing to do with not that.
Oh, okay.
It's the whole Hollywood, with the whole filming industry. And for me, it's always like, I keep hearing that, the domination race is the Jewish people. And I just found this book that's saying Jews in Hollywood history. So I'm just looking forward to it. Like,
we still got the tinfoil hats on, right?
And yeah. I was like, I want, because I have my own suspicions, but I need to do my study on it. Then I'll, get to let you guys know about it on our next episode. So tune in, folks.
Yeah, that's all I was saying, man. It was money. I don't think it was intended to be one single race that rules all of that. I believe it was just a setup of how you were positioned at the time, who had money at the time. That's what I believe. Like, which group of people had money at the time to make things happen. Now imagine if Samoans had money at the time, and what would we have worked on? Imagine if there was gold found in American Samoa or
I actually have an idea. I'm sorry, Benji. Let me say this real quick.
No. You go.
I do have an idea, but I'm not going to say it on air, of what I do want to do, where our people, the Polynesian people, has a potential of making our own money. But, I'll share that down the road. Go ahead, Benji.
But like Guy was saying, he was talking about what if we had gold, and we do. We got gold and oil on the islands. And we all know that famous factory in Samoa. You know what I mean? But where is the majority of that money going? You know what I mean? Like, it's just a lot of things behind the scenes that we don't know. Tonga has the same thing.
That's the difference, though. We weren't able to take use of it and put it into an organized style where the whole community benefited and was able to, get up
We
there.
weren't able to, or we weren't. They didn't let us do that. That's the question.
Again, did we have the power to do it?
Yes, we had the power to do it. We just
Then why
didn't
did we not do it?
we didn't have the knowledge.
Well, you guys are saying they didn't let
to do
us.
it.
Who didn't let us? Like, why did they not let us do it?
It's not that they didn't let us do it. It's just that we simply didn't have the knowledge.
I think
At
we're
the
all
time.
on different channels here, bro.
No,
You're talking
we're
about
on the same.
yeah, we're on the same page. I mean,
Okay, cool.
for
Okay,
me, it's
cool.
like you're talking about like the tuna factory back home, right?
That's gold, baby.
That's
liquid
gold, but
right there.
Well, let me tell you
But
guys, as person who comes
that's
from
not
back home,
ours.
it's
That's not ours.
It
Yeah.
never belonged to us. It never
And there's
was
still
ours.
remember that article,
And let me tell you about tuna. Tuna
So-
not even gonna be there forever, bro. They told me this when I was like a freaking sophomore in high school. Tuna's
Well,
running out.
it's not only that, man. It's just the fact that the company is not ours. Where does Star Kiss come from? Yeah, wherever that company's from, I don't know if it's an American company or what. I never looked into it that far. All I know is that when the whole Obama thing happened and they tried to raise the minimum wage, if there was to raise the minimum wage in American Samoa, that factory will leave the island.
Even before
'cause they
that,
can't
it still
afford
was
it.
never ours. It was
Yeah.
never our money. The minimum wage during that time was $1, $2. Even before
It's still
Obama's
below.
time.
It's still under $5, isn't it?
It's $4, like $3 or $4.
It's still low. Yeah. Can you believe that, Ben?
Insane. It's crazy.
Allegedly.
That's
allegedly.
insane.
Allegedly.
But
yeah.
here's what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. So I'm trying to say we didn't have the same type of resources that put these other groups of people at the top to have the Western money,
Mhm.
which have them head these corporations. You get where I'm coming from? Which have them probably head up Hollywood, which have them take over the pharmaceuticals, right? Which have them take over the sports world. We didn't have that for our people yet.
I mean, right now we do. We have a lot of people of our Polynesian that are rich, that does have money. I wouldn't say the problem is it's just always been like that for our Polynesian. We're in the same category as like African Americans and all brown skin. We have the tendencies to not work together, like how white and Asian people can separate, put their differences aside, and work together. You know,
That's what I was trying to tell you.
until we figure that out.
It's not gonna happen. It's
never gonna happen.
It's
until
not
we
gonna
figure that out.
happen. What we gonna figure out? It's 2023 right now. What we're gonna figure out is WEFOBZ is gonna get it to happen. But WEFOBZ is gonna create our own nation. See, we don't want to be a part of a regular nation that already exists. We're gonna create our own nation of people who want to do that kind of stuff. You need to have people surrounding you that could help you, give you the power and money to do what needs to be done to improve everybody else down the board. It doesn't happen with I know you guys are saying there are people with money and power from the poly community, but they're all like, I won't knock their hustle boys. You know what I mean? Like, that's theirs.
That's theirs. I'm looking towards like generational wealth. That's what I'm looking at. That's why when you mentioned like our natural resources, I was like, man, like Samoa and Tonga do have some resources. It's just like,
but it's not on the level of, bro. It's not
exactly.
on the level.
But it's like Puni said though. But who's leading those resources? Who's the one digging up those resources or putting those resources in the net and then putting it in the can? You know what I mean?
Now here you go. So this
my gosh,
I'm gonna
just supernatural limits here.
This is because this could be a supernatural.
No, this is taking it to the limit. We going
this
there.
This is us dreaming, bro. We can dream about it. It could happen, bro.
This is our weird dreams. But no, you guys bring up points because this is why I wanted to bring up supernatural limits because it connects to the real world.
Yeah,
you guys
it
get
does.
where I'm coming from?
But that's good, man. I love these topics because we're gonna talk about that next week, Monday on whyuce. Stay tuned, baby.
It
we're
carries
continue
on.
that conversation. Carry on.
Yeah,
it goes hand in hand.
But man, we're gonna close out that right there, WEFOBZ Nation. Any shout outs, BenJeezy, Puni Moa before I start slipping in the KO?
I just want to shout out BenJeezy and guysosmooth, man, for making this happen. And of course, as always, to our listeners for tuning in. Keep subscribing, sharing, and leaving comments, man. Appreciate that.
BenJeezy.
Just want to shout out guys so smooth with Supernatural Limits and Puni Moa. Thank you for having me on your guys' stuff. And shout out WeFob Nation. And if you guys got a problem, man, comment, debate me. I dare you.
Yes,
But
sir.
you gotta subscribe
Yes,
first for me to
mate.
answer to you. You know what I'm saying?
Well, WeFoBZ Nation, there you heard it. It wasn't our intention to try to offend it. We just wanted to scratch the itch of curiosity that we have based on these topics we discussed. And
Stimulate the mind.
honestly, it was amazing to see like our, talking about the supernatural and how it relates to reality because it's all connected. We'll see you all next time on Supernatural Limits. We out.